Hello, welcome to the Carousel of Conversations. You're in for a real treat. Join us as we take a spin through the past, present, and future of all things Disney. Here, where there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow just a podcast away. Let the podcast begin.
Welcome to our show where we don't go live for some reason.
We accidentally went live again, and we weren't supposed
For like
to.
7 seconds.
So bad.
Oh man, the recording, it said start recording, so that's what I hit. I didn't hit the go live button, but apparently decided it was going to go live at the same time. So now you know, we're recording on Saturday for the Monday episode.
Gosh.
No, but we are very excited for today's episode. But on that note of live, we wanted to thank everybody for tuning in to the live stream episode on
was my pleasure,
last week. I mean, we had such a great turnout. I think we had a total of 49 people who ended up watching either live or just after the fact. And a lot of you commented and interacted with us. And that was a ton of fun. It made it so special to be able to interact with everybody and to play along with everybody. And
we loved it.
yeah, we just had a
do
blast.
it
We weren't
again.
lonely.
We were lonely for a little bit.
We were lonely.
We were-
Okay, yeah.
At the
For like the
beginning.
first 5 minutes, but it
I
wasn't
was so
too bad.
scared.
It
You know
They
who
was.
our
weren't even
best
listening. They were just
listener
reading our
was?
lips.
Benji boy.
Yeah, exactly.
You mean the guy who had us on mute and then said, I read that totally wrong?
At least he
reading our
was
lips.
faithful to keep the video up even on mute, and he went back
Yeah.
and watched it again.
Yep. No,
Man.
that is true.
Real fan now.
Oh, well, no. So thank you for those of you who listened. We will try to do that again. I will let you know as the dates get closer, and we'll post that on social media. So if you aren't already following us on social media, we're going to be on Instagram and Facebook. And then we also occasionally post on TikTok as well.
Every once in a while. Depends if I get inspiration.
So you can find us on those platforms for sure. I can't believe you did that. Now let's move on to our news of the week. Who wants to give their news first?
I do.
Okay, Jocelyn, go ahead and
All
give
right.
your news first.
So RJ and all of our fellow I don't know, motion sickness people are very thrilled about my news.
Yes.
And in fact, I think I like this news as well because that ride made me feel a little motion sick as well. But Ratatouille is going from a 3D experience to a 2D experience. And I really do think this is going to be a great change for them. I really don't feel like the 3D is necessary for that ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wasn't
think
as
it's going to
immersive.
be just as good, if not better, with the 2D.
Yeah, I feel like the 3D almost took away from the experience with how sick I would get. But
Yeah.
like it took away from the like
Won't be fun.
largeness of the ride itself too.
Yeah.
I feel like there were some cool moments that you kind of missed because of the glasses. So
yeah, you
Yeah.
I'm
can't
excited.
see all the things very well with
Mhm.
the things that are not supposed to be 3D. You
Yeah.
can't see them well with those glasses on. So I think this is going to be a great change, and
Yeah.
it may just even make that line move just a little bit faster.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
people aren't picking up glasses.
Everyone, it takes so long for people to pick up their glasses.
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
just grab some. Like, what's the issue here, people?
No, I think
Welcome
it
to
will
our
improve
podcast
loading
episode.
times.
Jesslyn talking about 3D glasses for an
know,
hour long.
People really bug me.
But I
How
honestly
well do they
think,
sanitize those things?
yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
what
know
I was
they
about
don't.
to
okay.
say.
There's no way.
The
It's probably okay.
sanitization of those things is probably not well done too.
It's
Like
probably-
it kind of grosses me out when I think about it, but I don't think about it too much
It's
because
fine.
it grosses
It's
me
fine.
out. Noah, why don't you go ahead and give your news?
My news is somewhat more exciting than Justin's because it's something new to the parks. But recently, as you know, they've been demolishing all of like the launch bay and like the junior show, Disney Junior show. They've been redoing all of that to be the animation courtyard again, where it's actually animation focused. And they recently just took down the giant archway that was in front of like the launch bay, the Little Mermaid musical. So things are moving, and that's exciting for me
Changing.
because
it's gonna change the look of things.
exactly. But they're bringing back the character that what's his name? Oh gosh, Robin Williams. The
Oh.
Robin Williams little character, they're bringing him back, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is
That's
my
cool.
news.
My
That's cool.
news is about the technical, the detailed, the data
here we go.
of it all. No,
Everyone get your pillows.
no,
It
Disney
makes
is
us really
increasing
sad.
their pricing again in 2026. So, like, for example, a single day park ticket used to cost under $200 and has never gone over $200 for a single park day ticket so far. But next year, it's going to jump up to 210 for peak day pricing. Is going to be, some rumors even say like $218 per person per day, for like a single day ticket. So that's pretty pricey for just like, if you imagine having 5 people in your family and having to spend $210 per person to go into a park, that's going to be super expensive. So like, they keep just going up and up, and I feel like they're kind of pricing out a lot of even the middle class at this point.
Yeah, I think that
Um,
too. I
Mhm.
feel
and
that
then
way.
even like with the past, I think we talked about this last time if we didn't. The price increases for Disney Plus are keep going up, and now the annual prices for Disney World are going up as well. So they went from $1,549 in 2025 per person to now it's increasing to $1,629. So an $80 increase
Eh.
per person for the Incredi Pass, for the annual passes. It's getting to be too much. So like, where we love Disney World, and we love being annual pass holders right now, but I just don't think that we can sustain it any longer. Like, we're gonna have to cut back and
Not as
go
pass holders. No.
right. Yeah. And maybe
Not that
just
Yeah.
go
we're
to
not saying that we're giving up going to Disney, but
no, yeah, not by
we're
any
gonna
means.
have to give up how often we go.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I would love to go more often, but the way they keep, like, for example, because we're going in January, we've
Mhm.
been able to stay at the Coronado Springs for like a week for like 1,000 to $1,200. This next trip, I think, is just, it's like I couldn't find a hotel for under 2 grand.
Mhm.
And so like for a whole week, and that's just it's just like it's slowly incrementally, like even things like parking rates are going to increase from 30 to $35 a
Mhm.
day per person, for
Yeah.
per vehicle. And so like, that is another hit that you're going to have to face with when it comes to price
Yeah, and
increases.
even the Polynesian, like, oh, it's getting so awful, Like,
Yeah,
What, like, but
one day when
seriously,
you're paying the bill, it will be.
you're talking
that'll never happen, let's be honest.
$750 per person per night for a Polynesian stay. I mean, not per person, but per night. You're talking like $750 a night, to stay at the Polynesian. I mean, it's well beyond most people's budget now, and it keeps
I just buy
increasing.
toys.
Where it used to be that we could go and spend a week there and over spending a week at the beach, and it would be cheaper for us to go to Disney World than it would be to go to the beach when you consider food and everything else. Like, it was just cheaper for us. Now it's not going to be. And that's kind of disappointing. And I feel like it's a bad move on their part right now when you
Mhm.
hear so many things about crowds are decreasing in the parks, because of Universal's Epic Universe and all that they're offering. And their annual passes are so much cheaper. I could almost buy two annual passes to Universal for the same price as what I'm paying for one pass to Disney World. That's the difference. And so it's like, I don't love the idea of going to Universal more, but at the same time, like, I could get two annual passes for the same price as one, just about, with Disney World. It just
Right.
doesn't make sense to me why
Yeah.
Disney World is doing that when they haven't done a lot of new things that would draw in new our existing crowds of people, by increasing the prices. So anyway,
Especially when there's a lot of construction going on right now.
Yeah, there's a
yes,
Like
lot
there's
of
a
a lot of
lot
construction.
things
of it.
closed.
So I don't know. Like there's a part of me that's like, maybe when all that stuff opens, when Animal Kingdom is like a whole new park basically,
Mhm.
and Villains Land is open, and Cars and all that stuff, like maybe I can justify it.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I feel like you're going to see a construction zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's across the board in Animal Kingdom and Universal Studios. Right now they have that whole animation courtyard down. In Animal
Hollywood
Kingdom they have
Studios.
Universal.
Dino
Yeah, I was about
Land,
to say, like
Hollywood
Hollywood
Studios.
Universal Studios.
Hollywood Studios, sorry. Hollywood Studios. And Animal Kingdom they have Dino Land is completely gone
Mm-hmm.
now. And then in Magic Kingdom, I mean, you took out Tom Sawyer's Island and it's a whole construction zone back there, and then Villain's Land that they're building. So yeah, it's just it doesn't make sense to me, their timing. They should have kept pricing the same or lowered pricing for some things while they're working on all these projects. So it seems like a silly move in my opinion, but hey, I mean, crowds are still there. Maybe not as much, but they are still there. So you have to keep that in mind too. So anyway, tonight we're going to do something unique and a little bit different with our conversation, and that is we are going to talk about something that we did together. And we went to a local Disney on Ice production here
That's where my
in our
shirt's from.
city. So yeah, we did Disney on Ice, and so we're just going to talk about our review and our thoughts on Disney on Ice, as being super Disney fans, and this being a carousel of Disney conversations, where we talk about something different each week. We thought this would be a fun conversation to go on. So first, we went to the Jump In show for the Disney on Ice, which is a unique one. They have a couple different ones that they offer, and so this is it. Have you guys ever been to Disney on Ice before?
No, I
This
haven't.
Jump In one?
I
I've never
have.
been to any Disney on Ice.
Really? That kind
Yeah, that
of
was
surprises
my
me for
first
you
one.
guys.
Yeah, I don't know why we've never been to one.
We
Yeah.
took Bella when she was younger, and it was in Uptown. It was in Time Warner Arena. This one was at Bojangles, so we haven't been to this Coliseum before. I do have an opinion about that. I don't know if I'm going to have time to share that later. And then I spoke with my parents before going, and they told me I've been at least twice as a kid. I had someone when I was really young take me, a church member, and then mom and dad took me when we lived in Tennessee. So I've been to a couple of Disney on Ice experiences.
This was my second one. The first one where we took Bella when she was younger, probably about 3 maybe. So this is like 2 years later where we're going to Disney on Ice. So for those of you who don't know, does Noah, since this is your first time, do you kind of want to give like a explanation of what Disney on Ice is, or like what the
Yeah.
background of it is?
So imagine a circus, okay, with all the elephants, like an
On
original circus,
ice.
but it's Mickey Mouse on ice. Done. That is exactly what it is. That's what I felt like. Even all the cast members, they all had kind of like circus outfits on. And I'm like, okay,
Circus
like,
vibes.
yeah,
Yeah.
very
I can
circusy.
see that.
Yeah, it's like a figure skating type show with Disney overlays
Mouse.
and themes. But it was super fun. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Let's go ahead and jump right into the like atmosphere of the thing. So like when you first walk in, how did you feel about it? Like the costumes, the lights, the design for the ice skating rink, like were you overwhelmed, underwhelmed? What did you think about it when you first walked in?
Well,
Oh, here we go, Jesslyn.
I
Mm-hmm.
thought that I thought that the sound man for the Disney on Ice was not playing the thing loud enough.
Oh,
Does that make
really?
sense? I felt like I heard a lot of people and not a lot of the actual program.
I feel like that was maybe not the sound guy as much as it was the people that were around us, though.
You think
too.
so?
Yeah, you had pretty
Okay,
bad
maybe.
people around you.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
we did have some pretty
We had
loud
a
people.
lot of
and
chaotic things happening
Yeah.
around
yeah,
us.
which
Someone
I
bumped into
mean,
the back
that's
of my
something to
head.
consider too. Like this is a show that's primarily going to have a lot of kids there.
Mhm.
So like when
And
you
me.
consider it, yeah. Like we brought our daughter, and Noah went with
I brought him myself.
yeah, his family. But there is going to be a lot of kids there, so you do have to keep that in mind. Like I can't tell you how irritated I got by this one kid that just kept walking back and forth and hitting the back of my chair over and over and over again. So that was a bit frustrating, but that's part of going to a kids related show too.
And
I feel like
sometimes the parents aren't there either because some lady bumped the back of her butt in the back of my head, and I'm just like, oh, that's what.
Hey, it could just be the area that we're from as well.
That's true.
We had one kid with a bubble wand, like 3 rows in front of us.
Oh my word! You
And
thought
they-
bubble wands
Bubbles-
were bad at Disney parks? No,
They're
they're
so much worse
bad
at Disney on
on
ice.
ice.
They're
It
like
was-
they sell like 4 different versions of the things.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
and then the
Because the
kid,
point is like it's dark in there, so
Mhm.
they're like, oh, here's a bunch of light up stuff, you know, and so let's sell bubbles. And as RJ was, well, I'll let RJ finish.
yeah, I was just getting hit in the face with bubbles the whole entire show. Like
It's
the
just switch
parents,
seats. I love
you think they
bubbles.
would be a little bit more kind considering they were sitting on the like bottom down floor, but like they were on the floor and their bubbles were blowing all the way up into the back behind them. And so the whole time I was like getting hit in the face with bubbles. Like,
Love
would you
bubbles.
please stop your kid from like hitting the little button and let the bubbles out? Like, I'm okay with the lights, but shut off the bubbles.
They
Like,
do have pretty good cotton candy there, though. I must say.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness! Do you have a thing on snacks?
Yes, we have a
Okay,
thing
we're
on
gonna
snacks
save
and
that.
merch.
I gotta
We'll
save
that,
our-
but
Okay, but other than that, I mean, everything was like, you know, Disney tier, right? So
Yeah,
it was nice. It was nice. I liked it.
I feel like the arena we went to wasn't great either.
No, I like
So-
Time
Yeah.
Warner better.
So the floors were really super sticky for some reason.
yeah, they were.
And I felt like it wasn't like a great arena for it. But
it
I
was
don't
a really
think
small
that-
ice skating rink.
Yeah, I
was.
feel like that wasn't Disney's fault as much as it
No.
was just where they were at.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. The other thing I really liked was the trivia that they did before. Bella really
Yeah, that was
enjoyed
enjoyable. It
the
was really
trivia.
easy, but enjoyable.
Yeah. So they put like a screen up and they have the ice skating rink and then they have like a big TV screen, projection screen above that. And they had a trivia game going as you're walking in, probably like 30 minutes to an hour before the play. And so that was super fun. So I would read all the trivia questions, but Bella would play along with me and we'd try to answer the questions. And so that was super fun to do as well. I thought that was a great idea just to keep people entertained beyond just like the merch, which was immense. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. I thought that was pretty cool to give somebody else to do. All right, now let's talk about the actual performance themselves and the skaters. We're not going to go into like the songs or anything like that, just more, well, let's just do it all together. Let's talk about the experience itself
Okay,
of
so-
the show.
One thing that I really like about Disney on Ice things is that they include as many of their movies as possible. And
Yeah.
so this particular
Mhm.
one was really good because the whole point was that there's this game console that Mickey, Minnie,
The Fab Five.
no, because
Except
Daisy
no, it
wasn't
doesn't-
there
Daisy
and
wasn't
Pluto
there.
wasn't there.
Yeah. The
So,
Fab
anyways,
3.
no, there's 4.
It was
There's
Mickey,
4?
Minnie, Donald,
Then
and
where's the Fab
Goofy.
Five?
Goofy, yeah.
Oh,
So they
Pluto doesn't count.
Pluto doesn't count. Anyway,
No.
so they had like this game console and they were trying to flip through and figure out new things. And so because of that, they were able to put on a lot of different movies, popular, maybe not even as popular, I don't know. But one segment that I really, really liked was the princess, which they had multiple princess ones where they had like just Rapunzel and Flynn, best one, by the way. And then they
that was
also-
really good.
that was really good, yeah. And then they had, you know, like an Elsa on a whole thing, but then they had one where all princesses, like all the princesses you can
Mhm.
think of came out, and that one was really good.
That one was good.
Yeah, no, what was your favorite part of it all?
My favorite. I kind of liked it. I liked the Tangled part. That was really good. But I also just like how much you saw I guess the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I did that. But I kind of just liked them, because it's always nice to see Mickey and the pals together, But
Yeah.
also like, I don't know, they just did a really good job on stage with like the characters.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the
Yeah.
entirety of it.
So kind of to set the scene, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy would come out in between each like scene. So the first scene was, I think, Toy Story for the one that we were in. I feel
think
like it
so.
was Toy Story was the first one, where they brought out all the Toy Story characters, but they did several. So like they
Mhm.
did a Toy Story one, they did a oh, why am I not thinking of Joy, Sadness,
Story.
Oh,
Inside Out.
Out.
Inside Out.
Mhm, they had
They did
Zootopia.
like
anxiety. That was funny.
Zootopia. They did Moana.
Mhm.
But what I liked about it, and what I like about Disney as a whole, is that when they do these Disney on Ice productions, the first one that we saw, it was right after like Moana was really popular during the time, and then Frozen was really popular during the time, and so they did like a Moana 1 and
Mhm.
a Frozen thing. This time around for this show, like the emphasis was on the newer movies. So like
Mhm.
Inside Out had anxiety and some of the newer characters from the new movie. And then Moana was focusing more on the Moana 2 storyline that would resonate with kids more. So it felt like a completely different show
Mhm.
than the first
Yeah.
time we
Yeah.
actually watched it, because there were totally new characters, new storylines, and they were integrating those into the show a whole lot better than the
Mhm.
first one that I went to. Well, not better, just it was different. It was a new show basically
Mhm.
from the first one. So I like that. I like the pad. That was new too to this
Yeah, that was
show.
interesting. It was a good like
Um
way to get between the different movies and stuff without it feeling clunky.
exactly. Yeah, I thought that was great to be able to see how they change from scene to scene to scene. Um
I also like how Stitch character was very much Stitch. Like he was
yes.
Yeah.
ruining it. He was
Uh-huh.
stealing the game console. He was doing, the little iPad, whatever they were using. He was stealing that. He was causing chaos. I think that was really good. He was one of your main characters for this show.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt like
Yeah.
that was also modern too, because we just had a Stitch movie come
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like they added in characters that would resonate most with the kids at the time. All right, now we talked about the negative side of kids being in there, but what were some of the cool things that we saw, like our family members and how they looked at the show or what they thought about it? So, or even just yourself, like what were some cool moments where you found yourself singing or something along those lines?
One thing about like Bella is that all this stuff is very real to her. And so, you know, I don't know. It just even when she goes to Disney, she's like, that's Mickey
Mhm.
Mouse, or that's Tiana. And so her at Disney on Ice was very much like those are those real characters. And so her excitement over that was just so genuine. So like when I remember Anna and Elsa came out, she was like, Anna, Elsa,
I heard her
Kristoff! And she
when
was
Moana came
waving.
out.
Yes.
She was so excited when Moana. She was doing like the hand signs of like.
She was like trying to like measure the stars. Yeah, she was. And then like her favorite Encanto character is Isabella because her real name's Isabella. And so she was like first time ever seeing Isabella because Isabella's not in the parks.
Mhm.
And so she was just like freaking out over that. So these moments for us, even though, it's Disney on Ice, like it's not Disney World, but it's cool. For
Mhm.
her, it's awesome. And we just like experiencing those things through her eyes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a cool video of her kind of like singing some of the songs and interacting with the characters. I think that's a really neat to be able to see it through her eyes. Look, was I going even as a Disney fan and a Disney adult, I wouldn't go see this on my own without my kid.
No,
Like
I don't think so.
it's not something I would do. And Noah, so why don't you speak to that a little bit on how you felt? Like, I mean, we went with the whole family, right? So
Yeah.
like the family as you as
Yeah,
we call it, but like the whole family. So like, but from your perspective, would you go back if it was just you and your parents, or like a couple of adults, or would it have to
Yeah.
be you would go with kids, or
It's
how
a
did you
lot
feel?
more fun whenever you're going with kids.
Yeah.
It's so much more like enjoyable to
Yeah.
know like you spent this money and you get to see them enjoy it kind of. It's a great time to just watch them react to everything because it is so real to them. But I did catch myself singing a lot of the songs whenever they came on. Like We Don't Talk About Bruno. It's just like it's such a
Yes,
catchy
that's such
song.
a good one.
It's
Yes.
a good song.
Okay, and speaking of Encanto, I think one of the best things was when they brought the donkeys out
Oh
with
my gosh.
Luisa.
The donkeys were
Oh,
hilarious.
they
And
were
the
the
unicorn
best.
donkey.
Yes, they were so good. They were
That
the
made me laugh
best.
so much.
I laughed so hard about that too. Yes. That was there for the adults. The donkeys were there for
Oh,
the
yeah.
adults. For
Yeah,
sure.
no.
Yeah.
That
I feel like they did have a lot of calls to the adults though to kind of keep
Yeah.
it entertaining for them as
Yeah.
well. Like
Yeah.
I feel like most of it, like I would say 80% of it was for Bella or her age group.
Yeah.
But there
Mhm.
was 20% of it where there were jokes that adults would appreciate just as much as
Mhm.
kids,
Yeah.
or moments like the donkeys, or there was some cool moments even with Moana and Kanto. I'm not a Toy Story fan, so but then there were just like some silly moments. Like I was laughing when they did the core memories from Inside Out, and they had all those
Oh,
guys
yeah.
come out in the big old
And those
bubble
oh
suits,
my
and they're just
gosh.
walking around. But I thought those were also super
Yeah.
cool because they lit up, and the tricks that they did with those things were
Mhm.
just awesome. So like,
That would
I
be
thought
my
that
job if I was doing it. I would ask for no other position. I would be
Yeah.
like, I want to be one of the guys in the balls, you know?
All right, so let's talk about the talent from the show itself. Like,
Oh, they
what
had
were
really
some
good
cool, talented moments from these figure skaters? Because obviously, like me as professional ice skater myself, I would be able to do 90% of it. But for
Mhm.
those of you people who
We're gonna
are
film you
not
next
very
time
good
you're
at
on the
ice
ice.
skating,
Yeah.
I've seen you rollerblade. That was not pretty.
You can't even get on skate.
I don't even think I could have gotten on the ice without falling. So, but let's talk about the talent that we saw coming from the actual show itself.
The
So, what
tangle
were some?
section?
The
Oh
tangled one
my
was
word. That was
so talented.
incredible.
Yes.
Like they were
Because
swinging
it was
around.
they did a play on Rapunzel's hair, and they did like a
It was like
it's not a tightrope. What is it called?
no,
It's
it's
a
like cloth.
like
Yeah,
they
they
hang it
had
from.
like two pieces of cloth that they were like
There's a
hanging
name
from.
for it, and I keep forgetting what the name is. But yeah, so the cloth, it was supposed to be her hair, and so most of the time, her and Flynn are just doing like
Like
flips and
trapeze
stuff
almost. I
from
don't know.
from the ceiling, and
Mhm.
then landing on their skates perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that?
And they weren't
Or
even like
like
attached to it. They would just like wrap their hand around and be like
Yeah.
swinging in the air like Tarzan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, like what amazed me was like Flynn was the one on the ground, and then Rapunzel was the one flying through the air on this like rope type thing, which was supposed to be her hair. But what was crazy to me was when Flynn was on the ground and he's skating around following her, and then he just catches her from off of that rope
Mhm.
and then is holding her up in the air and still skating. Like I can't barely even get on ice skates and get onto the ring. And that dude was holding somebody else while he was flying around the rink. Like, talk about real talent there.
Yeah.
Like,
That was pretty
Another thing
incredible.
that I felt like I don't know if anyone else thought about this, but the one thing that was like driving my thoughts the whole time was when they would bring those stairs out and the ice skaters would go
Oh
up and down.
yeah.
They would run. They would
Yeah.
run up and down the steps
They're
on
so
their
coordinated.
skates. And then
How did they do
one
that?
time someone jumped off, and I'm like, how in the world are
that
you
was
doing that?
the primarily the Frozen scene with that
Yeah.
one,
Yes.
where they
Mhm.
made the two staircases become like Elsa's castle.
Uh-huh.
And so like the
Her and Anna had to
visualization
run
was
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
But
running
they
up and
like
down.
ran up the stairs and then back down the other side. And I was thinking to myself, like, how are you doing that on skates? And like,
Yeah.
it was just so the sheer talent. And then the other thing we have to consider too is the costumed characters. Like,
Yes.
how in the
Have
world do you
yeah.
wear that big old? Now, I do feel like Disney did well where they made the costumes smaller and more
Mhm.
movable for the
Yeah.
characters, but without losing the magic of the characters.
Mhm.
Like Mickey's pants seem thinner and his legs seem thinner for this type of event, but I feel like they did that so that the skaters could move around and maneuver a little
Mhm.
bit more in ice skates. But talk about talent being able to skate in costume.
I have a fun fact about the characters from
Please
Disney
Okay.
tell
on
us.
Ice. All right, so Disney on Ice was actually a thing before Disneyland was. Disney on Ice was started by the Rockettes? No, not the Rockettes. I don't know. I can't remember their names right now. But they had this whole Disney on Ice thing. It happened before Disneyland, and the first characters at Disneyland were from the Disney on Ice show.
Oh, that's
So
Really?
when you look at the characters that were first at Disneyland, they are terrifying.
they
And it's
are.
because you're not supposed to look at them close up. You're supposed to see them from afar away, while you're watching them skate
Oh,
around. So if you
yeah.
look at them, they have a lot more visibility. So like the Mickey Mouse is like, his entire nose is like just see-through almost
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, all the Disneyland characters
really
were
cool.
from the
I didn't
Disney
know
on
that.
Ice. Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I think really impressed me, and I don't know about you guys, but was the fact that they didn't duplicate characters. So,
Yeah.
like, I thought that they had characters that were playing multiple roles, like in a Broadway play or something. But then all the characters came out at the end, and each one was unique to somebody that
Mhm.
that was their role for the Disney on Ice. So like they had
Which
just
that
one
also
person
kind
playing
of
Rapunzel.
shows you how long each segment was. Like
Yeah.
you mentioned Broadway, like this was a 2-act play. Like you
Mhm.
Yeah.
went, you saw a whole act, like an hour-long act.
Yeah.
There was an intermission, and then you saw another hour-long act.
It was like
So,
a 15-minute intermission. Like,
Yeah, it was a long, like, I mean, it's like going to a play, really. You're definitely
Yeah.
getting your money's worth out of it, I think.
unless you
No,
buy the
yeah. When
merchandise.
the first act was over, I was like, "Oh, are we done already?" And then they're like, "This is intermission." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." And then we
Minnie's
came
like, we'll
back,
be back.
and I felt like it was a whole nother thing altogether, like
I love
as a
Minnie
part
Mouse.
two.
Isn't she the
Okay,
best?
let's talk about the visuals beyond just like the costumes. We're talking like lighting projection,
They had
the
fire.
fire,
They did have fire.
the screens, the stuff like that. Let's talk about that for
Fire
a
and
minute.
ice.
What were some of the standout moments for you for the show? What did
The
you guys think?
fire.
The fire was cool.
The fire was really cool. They literally
Yeah.
caught the ice on fire somehow with like oil or something. But it was pretty impressive to see the ice catch on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then how quickly they put it out, and then how that would like they kind of shut off all the lights, and then they lit it up, and then they turned it all back on and followed Moana. But I
Yeah.
thought that was really super cool too.
Mhm.
I like the screen transitions that they did too, where like they were transitioning from one to the other. You could tell they needed
Mhm.
time for the characters to go back behind the screen for the
Yeah.
next characters to get set up. And so I do like the fact that they had the like screen, TV screen, projection screen, whatever you want to call it, to kind of do that. I think the Moana had the most visual effects
Yeah,
beyond
it did.
Inside Out. I think Inside Out was pretty good with visual effects. I feel like Moana had the most visual effects. And then
Mhm.
Frozen, they used more of like the actual
Props.
skating props
Yeah. I agree with that.
with it.
Because
So,
even in Moana, they had that like whole kite thing. Remember that they
They
made
had
fly
that.
through?
They had Moana's grandmother, the
Mhm.
stingray, and then they also
Yeah.
had well, they had a whole ship with Pua
Mhm.
and Hey Hey and
Uh-huh.
Kakamora. Kakamora?
yeah.
No, they had
Yeah.
Kakamora on a zip line.
They
Did
did
they?
that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then he came back out and he was riding the
Oh
boat.
yeah.
Um
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want one of those little guys.
Yeah. I
And-
liked how they also on the Moana segment included the Bat Lady song.
Yes.
Lost.
Yeah, they did.
Bella
Mhm.
loves that song. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Reminds
felt
me of
like
the
they
VeggieTales
included the
song.
majority of the show was focused on Moana, I feel like. All right, so let's talk about before the show started, there are extras that you can buy to do as part of the show.
Merchandising.
So not just no, I'm not talking merchandising.
No,
I want
we're
your
talking
guys'
about.
opinion
Can I
on.
share what it is?
Yeah, go for it.
You could have paid an extra $100, or was it $2?
I think it was. I think it was $100.
Okay, you could have spent an extra $100 to do a meet and greet with Moana. Okay, so
Wow.
for someone like us who go to Disney often, we're like hard pass. You know, like
because you can just meet her for
we
free.
do that. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
right.
we already
free,
paid
but,
for the
like,
tickets.
We
Yeah.
already paid for
included
it.
in your admission.
But really, we kind of got a glance into the room, and it was just a bunch of round tables set up for people to sit at, and then they just go up and talk to Moana. But like, even at that, I'm like, no.
But it wasn't even a
Yeah.
cool backdrop. Like just
No.
passing by it and looking back, it was like one of those plasticky backdrops with a few props in the way. But like, if you're going to be paying $100 per person to go and sit in a room with Moana and do a meet and greet, I feel like they need to do a bit more for that price point. When most of us, if we're there, we're probably big mega Disney fans, and we're probably meeting Moana at Disney World already as it is. So to do something like that, to pay so much extra, I just don't get it. I don't get why they don't just have characters out and roaming before the show that you could just meet and greet with. Like, why not have a few characters I mean, we already spent a ton of money to go to the show. We spent a ton of money on merchandise too, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But like, I feel like they should have included more of that. They were only paid for things like they had these photo booths set up throughout the area where it was just a backdrop.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
And our daughter kept saying, "Can I go take a picture?" You know, because we're used to doing that at Disney World, but it was like an extra expense and nobody was doing it. Nobody was doing it.
It was
Like,
just a backdrop. Like, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
But you would have
kind
to
of
pay
like when you go to one of these dinners in the shows, like at Myrtle Beach, like Pirates Voyage or Dixie or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you take a picture before the actual thing, and then they put it in like this booklet. Like it's just like it looks fake, as you know. That's the kind of picture they were taking. So we were like, no, we can get better shots on our own. You know?
Yeah. So we just did. We went into like where the front was and we took pictures in front of the ice rink and all that. But the actual like photo backdrop, see, those are things like when we did go to Pirates Voyage and do that at Myrtle Beach, the pictures with the mermaid and stuff were all included in the price. Like we didn't have to pay extra for the mermaid pictures.
Oh, you're talking about when we met the mermaid.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bella
yeah,
took pictures
yeah.
with the
Not
mermaid.
the picture that they take at the beginning. You have to pay for that.
Right.
Like
But there
they
were
take
certain
the picture, but then you pay for it. Yeah.
there were certain ones where you could take pictures and they would pay for it. But then like the mermaid one, Bella got to go and stand next to the mermaid and we took our picture with her. And they had some extras where you would get like a product from it where it was like face painting or something like that where you could pay extra for. But I feel like base photos in a photo booth backdrop should be included in that price, especially with how much the people were paying for that.
Like, they have a lot of unique characters in like the Disney on Ice. Why don't just have them as like meet and greet characters walking around, you know?
Yeah, especially because like you get there so early, you know, and then you have your intermission and stuff.
See, and then like Moana, you can meet as a regular character at Disney World. But if they did like, hey, come meet and greet with Anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the Inside Out crew. Or like in Bella's case, come meet with the Encanto crew and like have the whole crew of Encanto standing out there taking pictures.
They used to do that actually. A lot of their rare characters. So in one of the earlier Disney on Ice shows, this was during my Stitch era where I was really obsessed with Stitch. You could meet Stitch and all of his cousins together as like a meet and greet. So like all like the electric one, the like nose shooting one, all of them. Yeah, and Angel. You can meet all of them together.
Bella would have flipped.
And a few months ago, they had a special D23 Club exclusive night where you could meet them again at Space Mountain for the Space Mountain's 10th anniversary. Or not 10th anniversary. It was like 50th or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can meet all the cousins. I'm just like, oh, Where was this when I was in my
See,
Stitch
I think
cousin
we
era?
would have probably paid to do something like that with rare characters.
When there's like 7 of
ultra
them and they're rare.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, they had a bunch of the rare character costumes there.
Mhm.
You know, they probably got 2 or 3 of those costumes just in case. So, like, why not do rare character meet and greets?
Yeah.
There as opposed to like Moana, just Moana. Like, I could do that anytime. But I
Mhm.
guess they're reaching an audience where it's like,
And maybe that was a one-off thing where they
Okay, so,
only
like,
had Moana, you know?
Going
But
back
who knows?
to our base conversation with our news, like you made the statement that they're pushing out, we feel like they're pushing out the middle class. And there's like this running thing on social media where, you know, on average, a person will go to Disney once in their lifetime, like on average, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
And we, you know, all the Disney people are laughing like we're above average and something, whatever. But no, they are really, I feel like they're making it to where that's the case now. On average, a person should only go to Disney once in their lifetime. So if that's what they're making it be, then of course, like you're saying, RJ, this audience that they're reaching from town to town are people who don't get to go to Disney all the time or
Yeah.
don't go to Disney frequently, right? So give them opportunities to meet
Mhm.
these characters, you know? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think, and especially with how many people that they have there, it wouldn't be hard with the way they had that stadium laid out to have 3 or 4
Yeah.
characters
Mhm.
that you could meet and greet with throughout the whole
Yeah.
thing. That would be a unique, fun experience for a lot of people to be able
Yeah.
to do. Okay, let's talk about our favorite subject and the subject we've been itching to talk about the whole time, which is
Merchandise.
the merch, the
Merch.
snacks, the all things
Merch.
doing with that. Well, either
Oh,
of
I
you
meant
can
to
start with this
bring
one.
our merch.
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't
forgot
have any
our
of my
merch.
merch either.
I meant to bring it.
I have one thing over there that I could grab.
Well, you have your shirt.
Yeah, I do have my shirt.
Disney
It
on
says
Ice.
Disney on Ice and I have Mickey Mouse on it.
Well,
No.
this was a heavy Stitch show,
It
and
was
Bella
very
is
heavy
in
Stitch.
her Stitch phase right now. So Bella got a Stitch stuffy, and she doesn't have a Stitch stuffy, so this was new for her, with a little lei around its neck, and she calls it Stitch's Ohana, because Ohana means family. That's what she kept
Aw.
saying. And then our sweet little Miss Betty went with us and got her little Stitch purse that she loves so much. And then kind of going, that was like the only merch we bought. Like we bought. No,
Mhm.
I'll let you guys like unpack
my
what all
word.
you got. But we just got those 2 things. But we do, like, RJ and I are suckers for cups. So like,
For sure.
and I have so many cups. I love cups.
There's a lot of
Um,
Disney on Ice stuff in my house now. More.
So we got like your typical like souvenir cup you would get if you go to any sporting event that they would do free refills, but they're really nice because they come with a coffee cup lid. It's good for iced
Yeah.
coffee.
Okay, I was
Mhm.
actually impressed by the price of those things though.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
cheap.
weren't too bad.
So
Yeah.
I think it was like, what was it, $4 or $8? So it
Mhm.
was like $4 for just the cup or $8 if you wanted a drink in it. Which
Yeah.
for a stadium drink, like if you're going
Yeah.
to a basketball game, you're not paying
it was big.
$4 for
It was
that.
big.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it
It
was.
was-
Yeah. I would
It
probably
was
say it's like 20 ounces.
fantastic in price.
So we did that, and then we also got a slushy, not a slushy. It was a shaved
Bad-
ice,
It was a
but
bad
the
snowball,
cup
yeah.
holder was a Stitch cup holder.
Oh, I have that one
and
over there. Yeah.
She uses that for her cereal in the mornings now.
Mhm.
Which that's what we got last time, but we got it in an Olaf last
Olaf,
time we
yep.
went because the Frozen was the main theme of the last one we went to. But this one being Stitch, it was a Stitch, like it's got like a lid where Stitch's head comes up a little bit and it's like a cup thing.
You detach
and-
his head.
Yeah, and it's really super cool. Bella loves it.
Not
She
sure what
loves to
that's
eat.
teaching children.
She loves to
me up
eat
for
cereal
candy.
out of it. But they had, okay, beyond the annoyance that I had with the bubble wands, they had bubble wands and swords and
Mhm.
lunch boxes that you could get that were like
Yeah.
filled with mini donuts inside of them that I
Yeah.
think Noah's uncle got. And then
Yeah. We have 2 of those lunch boxes somewhere around here.
What are y'all going to
We
use
have
that
a whole
for?
plethora of stuff. I don't know.
shirts. Okay, the coolest thing that I think was there was the Maui hook.
That was pretty cool.
Mallyhook was cool.
Man,
Mally
it
Hook
was
was pretty cool.
awesome. Like the way
It had a
that
heart
thing
to
lit
feature.
up
It
and
lit up.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that thing was cool. No, why don't you talk about some of the ones that your family got and what?
Would you like me to go down the list? Okay. So we got 2 of the cups that you guys talked about, the Disney on Ice, like 20-ounce cups. We got 2 of those. We got 1 Stitch snowball holder. Those ice cream, or not ice cream, the ice.
Shaved ice.
Can't think of shaved ice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not good.
No, it was not good.
No,
It was
it
just like
wasn't.
it was like not good. Like shaved
The
ice goes,
holder
not good.
is awesome, but the food
The
is not
holder,
good.
yeah, no, it was not good.
I could have thrown
Yeah.
out the shaved ice and just gotten the cup.
Oh,
Like,
exactly. I think that's
the way
what we
felt
did in
about
the
it.
end. Yeah, it was just flavored. It wasn't even flavored water at that point.
Yeah.
We got a total of 4 of these T-shirts because they didn't sell any others. They just had no other like adult-sized Disneyland Ice shirts.
They
So
had
we got
a lot of kid sizes, but not
yeah, they had
adults,
like
yeah.
4 different kids, but this is the only one they had. We didn't get the sweatshirt because the sweatshirt itself was $80.
Yeah, that was expensive.
Yep,
Oh, I didn't know
$80
that.
for 1 sweatshirt. So we didn't get that. It was kind of cool though. What else did we get? We also
You
got
got a blanket.
yeah, we got a blanket. Don't know where that is. That has disappeared. 3 of I'm the only one that has their shirt. The other 3 have just disappeared, I think. Don't know where it went. What else did we get?
Ethan got a
Can't
Stitch
remember.
hat.
He did?
Yeah,
Don't
it
even
came with the
remember that.
cotton candy. It's like a
Oh
hat.
yeah. Oh, and I got my crown, my Mickey Mouse crown
Oh, yeah.
too, with the cotton
But
candy
they're
because
like
we got
the Stitch ears, like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mickey
They're like
ears
foam.
type.
yeah, they were
Yeah.
really also not high quality. But yeah.
And
Yeah, I think
Ethan
that was
got
it.
some sort of like book. Like,
Oh yeah, it was like a picture book of like
Yeah.
the show or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. Think
y'all
Yeah.
got a lot.
think that's everything. Yeah, we did.
And
But
a
there
bag
was-
to put it all in.
Oh yeah, and a bag.
But it
And 2
was
bags of
all
cotton
really
candy.
cool like merch. I think that they do a good job of I was a little nervous because I didn't want to spend so much money on it. But it was also cool. It was hard to say like, okay, you could pick one thing to Bella
Yeah.
because there were so many different
There's a lot of
really
cool stuff
good-
for kids, but there wasn't much
Oh,
for
yeah.
adults, which makes sense. It does
Oh
make
yeah,
sense.
I mean it's geared towards
kid
kids for
targeted,
sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but I think that was cool. Now, did we see any adults that were just by themselves without family? I think it was all
I don't
families.
think
I
so.
didn't
I wasn't
see
really
any.
paying attention to them, but yeah.
Not that
Other
I mean, if
people.
there was any, no, I think all adults were with families. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, like us, the family went. So, like, there were multiple adults for 2 kids,
Yeah.
but
Right.
we were all there for the kids.
Now, I heard that they had a popcorn bucket that was exclusive to this thing too.
Yes, the ones like you can
Ah.
get like refillable in the parks.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I couldn't find it anywhere. So like
Mm. And was it
they-
just like the normal tin kind of thing, or was
no,
it special?
it was the
No.
plastic round cups that you can get, like buckets that you get refilled at the
Oh.
parks.
Yeah, like the regular, like not fancy ones where it's like, you know,
Mm.
the ones that
Not
I
the
have in my
premium
background, like these
ones.
ones or these
Yeah.
ones. But like it was like one of those circle ones, but it just said
Gotcha.
Disney on Ice. With like the plastic pop lid that just comes off of it.
Yeah.
But it said Disney on Ice on it. But apparently they weren't. So like the stadium was selling the 20-ounce cups that you were talking about, but they weren't selling the popcorn at the booths that were with the stadium. And
Mm.
apparently there was only one stand that actually sold popcorn at this event, and they had
Gotcha.
those popcorn buckets. But I heard that they were selling out fast from one of the other people that was standing behind me in line, and that there was a really long line because everybody wanted the popcorn bucket, and that was the
Gotcha.
only place that you could get it. Whereas like the snow cone stuff, you could get it almost every merch
Everywhere,
booth.
Yeah. Mhm.
But the popcorn bucket was exclusive to one booth, which I thought was like a miss on their part. Like you could add a couple more places for popcorn buckets, but maybe that's all that they would allow them to do for the specific stand or whatever that they were at. But I thought that the merch was very well done, very well themed. Cheap, sure. Every kids merch is expensive
Oh,
but
yeah.
cheap, like cheaply made. But what I think I liked about what Disney did too is if something were to break, they gave you like a card with a QR code where you can call into a customer service if you needed to. So with
Hmm.
every purchase, they give you a little card with a QR code you can scan and reach out to customer service if something went wrong.
Cool.
And they would help to replace that stuff, which I think is very Disney quality
Yeah.
level
You should call them and
experience.
say you didn't get a popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Just see what they do.
Uh, sorry, next time. See you next time. You know. All right, let's talk about any final thoughts or any ratings or any experiences that you had
Cotton
that you
candy
wanted.
was amazing. I will say
Noah
that.
had
Very
2
good cotton
bags
candy.
of cotton candy.
And they were not small. They were not small bags.
Not small bags.
No,
No,
they
they
were
weren't.
like, they were probably that long, I'd say. And
No.
I ate both of them. I didn't eat the
Crazy.
last part of the second bag, but
I had 1 pinch from it,
yeah.
took like a handful.
Hmm.
Any final
Man, I
thoughts
want some-
other than the cotton
I want
candy?
some more cotton candy.
I
That's
would
my final
say
thoughts.
that if you have not been, you should go. If
Yeah,
it's in
especially
your area,
if you have kids,
just
too.
go. Take
If
your
you have
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you have kids, go experience it. I think it's fun. I mean, not anybody can just dance and stuff like that on skates, and it's just
Yeah.
it's unique. And so just go, have fun, enjoy it. You can say you've tried it once, and you may find
Yeah.
that you guys like it, and we'll do it every time it comes in town. Or like us, maybe once in a blue moon we'll go. But
Yeah. I will
Yeah, I
say
think
it
it's
was
enjoyable.
very much like a concert where like a few things get introduced and when the main star comes out, everyone just loses it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how
Yeah.
it was for Mickey Mouse. Did you notice that? It
Yes.
was like, where's Mickey? And then he like pops out of the top with like all the spotlight and like the entire stadium roared with kids
I
screaming.
know.
And I
don't
was
even-
like, oh, that's cool.
when
but
he
it was
came
also kinda
out,
like,
I
"Ah."
was also very excited. I told RJ, I was like, Mickey, take all my money. Take it
Take
all.
all of my belongings,
What
Mickey.
all
you
you-
deserve it.
Don't already have. Take.
No, I agree with Jesselyn. I think that we had a great time, and I would definitely go back just simply for watching Bella enjoy it, seeing the joy that she had and the experience of singing the songs, and like it wasn't about us in that moment. It was
Yeah.
about our daughter just having a good time and
And Mickey
enjoying
Mouse.
something special like that. And I would go back in a heartbeat again for our Disney loving fan and do that with her. Would I do it every year that it comes into town? Because I think it comes into town every year. No, I don't think so. I think I would do
No.
this like an every
Nah.
other year thing.
If they do,
Um,
if they have like some new big thing in it, maybe like just
Yeah.
review it and see like how it is and get some cotton candy. But like,
Whatever. Noah was like, when we were leaving, he's like, same time next year, guys.
it was really fun. It
He
was
loved
really
it.
fun.
Noah loved it.
I had a great time. It was
No,
very
and
cool.
I think it was fun for me too, but it was more fun for me. It's like the same thing. I love going to Disney World, and Jocelyn and I went to Disney World long before we had Bella, and we were fans of Disney World. But going and experiencing that with Bella brings a new level of joy to experience like that, and so
Yeah.
I think it's more fun when you get to experience that through a kid's eyes. But I think it's also just it's Disney, so like it's
Right.
gonna be fun for everybody, and they're gonna have a good time. I
Mhm.
wouldn't have gone without Bella to something like this, but I did thoroughly enjoy it and would go back again with her, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I
So,
concur. I concur.
yep. All right. Well, I think that's all of our topics. Anything
Yep.
else? Any final thoughts? Anything? Nope. We good?
No, I'm good.
I'm
I just
good.
like
Mine's
cotton
clear.
candy.
Hey, listen, guys. If you're still
Listening.
listening to us, we plan on doing another live. That
We
means
do
you guys show up.
at some point and on time because it was really embarrassing when all that like no one was listening to us. They were just reading our lips at the start of it, and real embarrassing, guys. We're putting this on you.
No, we appreciated everybody who listened though, for sure. We're gonna try and do those maybe once a month. We'll let you know what day of the month it
We
is
should do
because
a live from the parks.
that might be fun. It might be also chaotic.
We could be those obnoxious
Because we
people
don't have
that like
fancy
has like the
mics and
6
stuff.
cameras and we could
We
be
could do it from that area in Epcot. Where people are supposed to go and do work.
Maybe.
Oh yeah,
In
where the
front of the
vault
ball?
statue is. Yeah.
At Epcot.
Yeah. Where the vault
Yes.
statue is. Yeah.
There's not a Walt statue in Epcot.
Yeah, it's right behind
Yeah,
the
there
Epcot
is,
ball.
but I don't think it's in the same place. There's two different places that we're
not
thinking
like
of.
the little woodsy area right behind the.
Yes, the woodsy
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
That's where the Walt statue is.
Oh. Well, let's do it there.
It's right.
Meet
yeah,
you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
January.
See you
yeah,
then.
See you
Yeah,
then.
but until then, we're gonna have episodes like this. I think we have a couple fun episodes planned for the next month. We're gonna still keep bringing in guests to talk about different topics that we're not necessarily completely familiar with, but bringing in different experience. Noah's like maybe Noah.
Maybe
Noah,
you two aren't
Noah has
experienced in it,
experience
but
with Run Disney last 2 weeks ago.
3 races, baby boy.
But,
that were virtual.
Noah having gone to Shanghai and Hong Kong and Paris.
Through the
One of
eyes
our
of a camera.
listeners said they had a request for a special Christmas episode.
Ooh, that'll be
Ooh,
fun.
That might be interesting.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of Christmas things. We can even do a Christmas game.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
we
did
could do
last
another.
year, remember?
Yeah, we could. Let's do that again because that was fun. That was a fun one. I love.
But no, we appreciate you guys listening every single week, and we love doing this, and so we would do it even if we only had a few listeners. So we appreciate that.
We also
But
love if we got paid too.
yeah.
That'd make it so much better.
Buy from Magic Candle Company. Book trips.
Please support our trip to Disney in January by buying
Yeah,
a
by
candle
buying a
off
candle.
Magic Candle Company.
or air freshener, or essential oil, or
Any of the things.
Use
Use our code
What
Carousel,
Carousel
Pod.
Pod.
Carousel Pod? Is it not
For
Carousel
15%
Pod?
off.
Is it
your
Carousel
order.
Pod 15 or Carousel
No.
Pod?
Carousel
Just
Pod.
Carousel
Carousel.
Pod.
Okay, good
Carousel
thing y'all
Pod.
remembered that because I did.
Yep. But no, thank you again for all of you who listen. We appreciate it. And I think that's it. And now we are not going to switch to the same pre-recorded message we played last week.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show. Before you go, please don't forget to gather your belongings and head over to our email at carouselpod@gmail.com to ask us your questions. Oh, and wouldn't you believe it? You can now bring the magical sense of vacation right into your home. Check out the Magic Candle Company and use our exclusive link with the code CarouselPod at checkout to get 15% off your order. And don't forget, we're here to help you plan your future Disney trips. Just send us a message at rj@famvia.com. Until next time, we'll see you in a great, big, beautiful week.